in SEC play. It's LSU and Texas A&M, but only one.
This is a lot of football to be played here in the month of November. But as we say around here, the games in November are the ones you remember. Our first goal is to go win an SEC championship. And that's what we're striving for.
That's why we come to Texas. As a little kid, you live to play in these type of games in this atmosphere. They're going to be loud, they're going to be rowdy, they're going to be energetic.
It's going to be a dogfight, four-quarter game.
We have to play physical and we have to execute. Trust in the culture that we've developed.
There's a standard, and that's the way we're playing it in there.
Oh, what's up, Justin?
Hey, man, how are you?
Good. Back at it again, huh?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's less than 12 hours from
Yeah,
last
that's
night.
what I was gonna say. Less than 12 hours and go.
So kind of before we get started, what an ugly game last night, right?
Dude,
I mean, is Indiana the most overrated team in the nation? I mean, theoretically, Ole Miss, South
yeah, I mean,
Carolina,
as of right now, I would say yeah.
I think. I mean, after last night's performance, I think South Carolina should have been in over Indiana, and
yeah,
I was high on Indiana.
I was too. I mean, we picked them to win that game, and they looked terrible. Actually, you know what though? When you look at the stats, it doesn't look as bad, and the score doesn't do it justice either. That game was not close. It was not a 10-point game.
No.
They scored on the last drive of the game, so like that game was not close. Like it was a 10-point victory for Notre Dame, but like Notre Dame was up like 26-3 at one point or 6.
Yeah, at one point, yeah.
So it was never a game, and like I was surprised by Notre Dame just because maybe I was too high on Indiana. I think that was the problem. I was too high on Indiana, and Notre Dame was just a better team. I mean,
I agree.
I hate it because I picked Indiana to win that game because I don't know, first upset maybe, but it was not a good game.
But we got a lot of games today. But before we can get to the games, we got a good show this morning.
Yeah, very good show.
Like we talked about last night, another local kid from literally 15 minutes from both of us, either direction, committed to UNT. So it's close as well. That's probably the closest one we've had on here. You know, that's an easy 2-hour drive to go watch a game on a Saturday.
Yeah, that's not very far at all. That is definitely the closest so far to us that we've had on. So that's exciting.
Yeah, if you want to, let's bring it on and go on.
Yeah, we're gonna get him in here, and we're gonna play a little video for him, and then we're gonna get him in here.
It's a trap!
Oh, what's going on, Brendan? How you doing, man?
Good. How are y'all?
Man, doing good, man.
I appreciate you coming on early this morning, man. I know 9 o'clock's early for a high school kid on a Saturday.
Yeah, I was already up, so.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's hard for people not in school too. 9 a.m.s are hard, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say this, man. Listen, I watched that game when y'all played South. Listen, y'all, that was some BS, man.
Yeah, but the game shouldn't have came down to a field goal.
I agree. I agree. I remember seeing that play on that fourth down where you stopped them. I was watching.
Yeah.
That was nice, man. Listen, y'all. I don't know, man. I know it shouldn't come down to that, but y'all should have. I'm gonna say this. Y'all should have had another opportunity. I'll just say that.
We should. But at the end of the day, man, it was all in the refs' hands.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. It is, and I hate that for y'all. I sat there on my couch and I watched that whole game, and I hate that. I mean, yeah, but I mean, still a great season for y'all, man. I mean, y'all went far. I thought that game, the defense played really well. It was really a back and forth game. Wasn't very high scoring, but it was a good game, man. I'm glad Longview went as far as they did this year. A lot of East Texas teams did.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of talk to us, man. Kind of talk to us about your high school career, kind of the recruiting stuff when that started. Kind of just kick it off and tell us kind of a little bit about yourself too.
Well, my high school career was really crazy coming in freshman year. So that summer before high school, we used to have this 7-on-7 thing to prepare our freshmen, and I never showed up because I was like, I'm not going to that. It's no need. It's not any tackling involved. So when I got there, nobody knew who I was. Everybody was like, "Who is this tall kid? Who is this tall kid?" Because freshman year I was 6 foot, 160, just tiny. And then they saw me hit, and my name quickly grew. And I ended up talking to coaches every day freshman year.
When did you get on varsity?
After my freshman season, right after
sophomore year.
Yeah.
Wow. And a freshman year, like when you were playing, I'm assuming you were playing JV. Not freshman, or were you playing freshman or JV at Longview that freshman year?
So I played freshman, and then after our season, I played varsity. Right after our season.
Oh, okay.
So you went to the playoffs with them as a freshman.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Nice.
So as a freshman, were you playing linebacker then as well?
Yes, I was.
What middle school did you come from?
I went to Foster, and I had never played linebacker before.
Foster.
Really?
What'd you play at Foster?
I was a free safety, but I was smaller. See, but that summer I grew 7 inches and gained 50 pounds. So I was like, I got to change positions.
Wait, you grew 7 inches in the summer?
Yeah. Yes.
Jesus Christ. That's insane.
Yeah,
that's a growth spurt.
That's a growth spurt.
Holy crap. So how tall are you now? Are you 6'1", or are you about 6 foot still?
6'2".
6'2"?
Yeah. Hopefully I'm done growing. I don't want to get any taller.
Don't get any taller.
Hey, if you get any taller, you can't. I mean, you can play linebacker, but it's gonna be hard playing linebacker. You're like 6'4".
Yeah. A 6'4" defensive end, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say they're gonna have to move you to defensive end because
they change it.
Yeah. So kind of walk us through the recruitment stuff, man. Did how many offers did you end up with?
I think 11.
11?
Yes, sir.
All kind of big schools, or were there some small D2s?
No, they're all D1s. FBS, Sunbelt Conference.
Really?
Oh, yeah. What were some of the big name schools that kind of reached out to you?
My first offer was Texas State, which was I got that offer, and he wasn't even there for me. He was there for my teammate, and he just happened to see me lifting in the weight room, and he came up to me. He's like, "What's your name?" And he asked about me, and then he went and watched my film, and he came back. He offered me on the spot.
No way.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's how I got my first offer.
Well, we love Texas State. We've had 3 kids on now from Texas State.
What sold you? What kind of sold you on North Texas? Like, what was the? Did you take an official visit?
Yes, sir. I took an official visit.
What was that like? Like, what was it like being on that campus? I mean, Longview's big. Longview's big school. I mean, now you're going to a university, so I mean that's a culture shock for sure.
I like the new coaching staff. Everything had changed from the previous years because they kept losing.
Right.
So when Eric Morris became head coach, he said we have to make changes in order to win games. And he brought in a whole new coaching staff, and the linebacker coach came from USC. He's a great dude. And it was just like a family, a brotherhood. Like they all had each other's back. They were all trying to grow and get better. And throughout the season, you could tell that they were actually improving. So, and it was home.
So you felt like it was like being back at Longview, but at UNT type thing.
Not really. Longview's way more. It's way more grit. I'll say.
Oh, really?
Really?
Yeah, Longview's just in your tail all day. UNT's like that too, but it's not as bad. It's not even close.
Well, really, I didn't. I mean, I expect that because like John King's been there a long time, so like you expect that, but like I don't know. That's surprising to hear for some reason. I mean, like I expect it, but like at the same time, there's also sometimes like a chill vibe. You know, at some point, like everything, obviously, at the beginning of the season, and kind of crazy. It didn't kind of mellows out, but I guess when you go as far as y'all did, I mean, I guess I'd be a little crazy too sometimes.
How soon in the recruitment process did you know North Texas was it? I mean, did you take official visits elsewhere, or was like you went to North Texas and you were like, man, this probably it?
I didn't know until almost at the very end because I was taking visits everywhere, but I couldn't really narrow it down. At first, I was looking at Arkansas State because we were like talking regularly. I was going up there regularly, but then UNT started reaching out. And then I was like, I don't know. And then one day I went on my official visit and I was like, yeah, this is where I want to go. I knew right on the visit that's where I wanted to go.
Do you think it being so close to home was a deciding factor? Because you were talking about Arkansas. I mean, Arkansas State's not like far, but I mean it's further than UNT.
Yeah.
Was it kind of like a little bit closer to home, or was it just the feeling of it too?
Both, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
It was just a different feeling. Like I was already comfortable. So
yeah, for sure, man. Did you ever play on the offense side of the ball at Longview, or was it always just defense?
I did. Sophomore year, we had a package. It was called Elephant, and me and the other linebacker, we came in and played fullback and tailback and goal line, and just ran people over.
Nice.
That was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like being a linebacker, but playing on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
I guess that's why they put
hit
y'all
somebody.
there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
So when you went up there and talked to the coaches, whether it be the head coach, linebacker coach, whatever, any kind of indication that you might play freshman, or are they looking at you?
Yeah.
Really?
He was telling me how the starting linebacker, he's leaving. This is last year, but he's getting looked at by NFL scouts like every day at practices because every practice I've came to, NFL guys are there looking at him, and I think only one or two guys are there still, and one of them's a walk-on. So he said, if you come in and handle your business, you have a very good chance of playing. And I want to play.
Are you middle? You're a middle linebacker, right?
That's what I was about to ask him.
I'm middle. Yes, sir.
That's what I was thinking.
Are you going to have the opportunity to play middle or kind of any of the positions at the linebacker position?
Middle, especially. It's a new scheme. Like we got a new DC this year, and he brought a linebacker with him, and he's huge. The dude's a unit, but yeah.
What is the linebacker coach's name?
I have to check. He just got hired like.
I was gonna say he came from USC, right?
No, that's the linebacker coach.
Oh, okay. I'm with you now.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So do you play any other sports, or is it strictly just football now since you're going to the next level?
I used to play baseball and basketball, but like after I started getting like more offers my junior year, I just focused on football to train and get better.
Yeah, for sure. Are you going early, or are you finishing your senior season?
No, I'm staying all the way through. I'm leaving June 1st.
June 1st.
Yeah.
What are you most excited about? Leaving and going to UNT. What's something you're really excited, ready for? Is it just to get over there and start working, or is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've looked at the schedule. Maybe it's a team you're ready to potentially play against.
Just to be able to play at the college level, I'm ready. I want to get out there on my own and and just get better. Really,
Yeah, man, that's super exciting. All right, got a couple questions for you.
Okay.
Who are you good with who won the Heisman? You good with that?
I think Travis is a great player and all, but I think Ashton Genty should have won.
Yes, sir. That's two in a row. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, we love Ashton. Well, I love them both. But I think Ashton should have won as well.
Yes, the stats prove that he should have won.
That's right.
I mean, he sat out eight quarters, so pretty much two games, and he still almost beat it without those quarters. So I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Do you think Boise has a shot to win it all with him? Do you think they actually can? I know the field is hard, but I mean he's something else.
I mean, maybe, but I don't think that they have the defense to stop offenses for real. But their offense is good.
That's what our thing is. They have like a SEC offensive line. I mean, their offensive line's insane. Obviously, they have Genty, the quarterback. To us, he's underrated. He's a good quarterback, but he doesn't have to do a lot because he has Ashton Genty back there. So but when they call his name, he can play. But their defense is what's suspect.
So we both have them going to the national championship. Dustin has them winning.
I have them winning the national championship.
Oh,
I know that's
bold take, isn't it?
It's crazy. It's crazy, but I have them playing Oregon again in the national championship, and they only lost to Oregon by 3 the first time. And he put up like over 200 yards on Oregon. I know it was like the second game or third game, but
who do you have winning it?
I have Oregon winning it.
Oregon.
Everybody. I mean, it's
who's your favorite team? Who's your favorite besides UNT? Who did you grow up?
Alabama Roll Tide, man.
Alabama.
So do you feel like they should have gotten in?
No, I shouldn't.
Really?
Yeah, we lost too many games, too many important games that we should have won. So
if you could take one team out and put one team in, who would you take out and put in?
Probably Ole Miss, either Ole Miss or South Carolina.
For who?
Who would you take out?
Who would I take out?
I was literally just talking about this right before we came on. Oh, after Indiana's showing last night, they shouldn't have made it.
Really? Yeah.
I mean, South Carolina was probably the hottest team in football, and the whole.
Could you imagine if Notre Dame had to play South Carolina the first game?
Yeah, that would have been.
South Carolina
got routed. They would have routed them.
Sailors would have went crazy. Like that game would have went the way it went last night. There's no way that game would have went that way because South Carolina was one of the hottest teams, and what they did and I really thought they had a chance to get in, but it played the way it played.
I do have a question. I was just thinking about it. What would you classify yourself as? Are you a run stopper? Are you a coverage? Are you a hybrid linebacker? What is your best aspect?
That's a really good question.
I'm really a hybrid linebacker because first down, second down, I'm in the box. Third and longs, any of that, I'm outside the box covering basically.
You can cover.
Yeah, third downs, I'm a strong safety.
Yeah, I was going to say whenever I was watching that game, I've never seen linebackers cover as much as I thought y'all covered that game. Like actual coverage, like a lot. Like the other who's the other linebacker that played beside y'all? Man, he was pretty good too, man.
He's really good. He's underrated. Almost 200 tackles in a season. He's very good.
Yeah, he man, I'm telling you, I watched that entire game, and man, y'all's run defense is absolutely insane. I
think that's smart. You coming from a safety down to play the linebacker position, so that kind of does give you that ability to pop back out and guard the slot or the tight end.
Like,
what's your 40?
4.64.
4.64. So so you can move.
For a linebacker, you are moving.
Yeah.
Oh.
But the other linebacker, he runs a 4.52. So.
Woo! So y'all had speed at the linebacker.
Small plug right here. That was my fastest 40 I ever ran. It's 4.52.
Still fast. You're moving still.
Yeah, still moving.
So, what are you weighing about right now? I mean, like, are they wanting you to put on a little bit more weight? I mean, because obviously linebackers in college, it's a lot different than high school. But are they good with where you're at right now with your weight and your body, or they want you to put a little bit more muscle on?
They want me to gain, but right now, I'm just staying where I'm at. When I get there, that's when I'm
You
playing.
you want them to have the kind of let them put you where they want you.
Yeah, because I'm like 226 right now. They just want. They said they want me at 235. And I was like, ugh.
Yeah, but it'll be a different 235, man. It'll be like a lean bulk 235. Yeah.
Wow,
It's
running
I'm
a
gonna be clear.
4.6. Crazy.
It's hard to keep that weight around this time of year. Thanksgiving and Christmas back to back. Oh man.
Y'all are on Christmas break right now, aren't y'all?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's awesome, mate. You ready for Christmas? We were talking to a guy yesterday. It ain't the same like it was when you're 5 years old.
It's not. It's
he said them presents got less and less each year.
It's crazy.
You have any siblings? Or are you the only sibling?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters and 1 brother.
Did they play sports as well?
Yes, my sister, she ran track her freshman and sophomore year, and she broke the 110-meter hurdle her freshman year.
Wow.
At Longview or State?
At Longview.
Oh, nice.
And then she went to is district before State?
Yeah, district.
Yes, yeah.
She got 3rd in district.
Wow.
No, as a freshman. What is she now?
She stopped running. She messed up her leg, so she just stopped.
Oh man.
Man, that
sucks.
It really is.
What about you? Say you have a younger brother as well?
Yeah, he's a freshman.
He play any sport?
He plays football now.
What position he play?
He's a corner. He's a small. He's not as big as me. He's smaller.
He's small. There's places for him out there.
Yeah,
he might hit a 7-inch growth spurt and go to wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean,
never know.
I bet that runs in the family too.
Yeah, it does. I'm just telling them, just keep grinding, keep working, keep your head down.
That's it. Man.
So
that's all you can do.
I do wanna. Have you always been at Longview?
Yes, I have.
So, yeah, I mean, I knew you went to Foster, but I mean, you've always been in the Longview school district.
Yeah.
Wait, did you go to Doris McQueen before Foster? Or kindergarten all the way?
All the way. I went to school, Nettie Williams, and then all the way up until I went to Foster.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well, man, that's awesome, man. And
You,
are you still in contact with? I mean, with UNT, you talk with them pretty often. I mean, I know you're committed, but I mean, you're still in contact with them every day, almost.
Not every day, but almost every other day. Because
that's awesome, man.
They're busy right now because it's the portal, and then a new scheme is getting put in. So yeah.
What do you think about that transfer portal stuff? It's kind of crazy, ain't it?
I don't really like it.
Yeah,
I feel like it gives young kids too much freedom, and they can make a mistake that can change their lives forever. In my opinion.
Did you hear about the new JUCO thing?
What was the JUCO thing? What happened?
So
you get 2 years of JUCO. Junior college is 2 years. And then and then you keep your 4 years of eligibility, and you can play 6 years.
Yeah,
I 6 years now.
Don't understand that at all.
And since you're in Texas, you might know this. They are actually proposing a bill. There's just been a bill that's been proposed to the UIL that you are allowed to change schools, change districts one time for athletics. That's crazy.
That just doesn't make any sense. We're children. You don't need to go for academics. You need to go for the education.
You need to go for like we were just talking about how the Duncanvilles, the DeSotos, the North Crowleys, they're all going to team up now. They're already good. They're already good. Now they're just going to be better because they're all going to play with each other.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy. That's like what that does now is even for Longview, all these kids possibly from Spring Hill may come to Longview now just for sports because now they can move for sports or vice versa, So I don't know, man. It's a lot of stuff that's been changing in sports just this week. I mean, between the JUCO, the transfer portal, the high school news, it's just
there was an interview done. I seen it maybe last week. I don't know when it was done, but it was talking about the transfer portal, and the kid was an Auburn second string defensive end. I don't remember exactly what position. He was defensive side of the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he felt like he was good enough to start. And so he entered the transfer portal. He ended up going JUCO D3 was as big as he ever got back. From Auburn to JUCO to D3 because nobody picked him back up because all the other transfer portal kids were taking all the slots. He said it was the worst thing that he ever done. He said he should have stayed and fought for his position versus running to because once you leave, that scholarship's gone. Now you're kind of at the mercy of everybody else wanting to pick you up. So yeah, dude, I think transfer portal is horrible. You look at like LSU, they had Patrick Peterson, the Honey Badger, Maurice Claiborne. They all three couldn't start. They all took their time and they just learned and grew. And when they did get there, they won the Heisman. I mean, you know what I mean? Like they were amazing players for their team. But yeah, dude, you just gotta stay and grind it out. You can't just jump here to here to here to here. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah, your goals.
I got who wins today? South Lake Carroll or Vandergrift?
South Lake Carroll.
South Lake Carroll?
Yeah. I mean, you played against them. You know. I mean,
I think so. I mean, it's not really their run that you have to stop. It's their pass plus the quarterback. Like,
that quarterback was pretty good.
Yeah, he's really fast. Like really fast.
Did you see that South Oak Cliff lost last night?
Yes, I was watching it live.
Me too.
We were talking about it. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
They ran way better than I thought they were going to be, though.
That Randall team, yeah.
They're listen, for being a third-year program, that's one of the best third-year programs I've ever seen.
Definitely.
That team was really that running back has over 30 offers, by the way, dude, for Randall. He was insane last night. He has over 30 offers, and I don't even know who Randall is. Like, I don't even know where they're from.
It's the Houston area.
Is it? I mean, that's just insane.
For sure, I think.
Yeah, it's around the North Shore,
Wow.
down by Houston, North Shore, all that.
Yeah.
So what? NFL wise, who's your NFL team?
49ers. It's not looking too good this year.
49. Hey, we're Cowboy fans, man.
We're Cowboys fans, so we right there with you.
Yeah,
we right there. Hey, at least y'all got some good excuses. Y'all have had a lot of injuries. We don't have. I mean, right now we don't have a lot of excuses.
Our excuses. We have Dak and Jerry Jones. That's our excuse.
Yeah, y'all get rid of Jerry Jones. Y'all gonna.
Hey, we'll trade y'all Dak and Jerry for Purdy.
No, I'm okay.
You're all right.
Hey, I want Christian McCaffrey too because we have no running back either.
Well, we don't have an offensive line either, so that won't work either.
Well, you give me Christian McCaffrey.
It was Trent Williams, McCaffrey, and Purdy.
Yeah, we want Trent Williams and McCaffrey and Purdy, and y'all can have Dak, Mike McCarthy. You can have everybody.
Okay.
I'll put in a word with Jerry to draft you in the first round. You become eligible. You'll be a 49er, man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Who you got winning the Super Bowl?
Honestly, I'll say, who do I like the Lions. I really like the Lions.
That's where we're at too, man. We're
I'm
Lions. Maybe Lions.
Lions. Buffalo is kind of what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, but I feel like the Lions, they get closer every year.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'm worried about with all their injuries this year, I saw their list of injuries. It's insane.
It is.
And it just got added to it with Montgomery going out. That's a huge, huge loss for them. I love Buffalo. Josh Allen is something else. He's amazing. He's amazed me more and more every year. Like, I thought this year they were going to be down because like he didn't really have a number one receiver starting the year. Mm-hmm. And look at him. I mean, that Shaquille kid, that receiver, he is balled out for them. Hey, by the way, Derek, he's from Boise State, and I just found that out.
Yeah.
That Shaquille.
Yeah. I think they got him last year.
Yeah, they did. Man, that NFL is crazy right now. Dallas is terrible anyways. Jerry needs to
Is there anything that maybe we missed or maybe that you want to bring to light about yourself? I mean, whether we talked about your work ethic. You're a grinder. You want to get to UNT. You're gonna stay. You're gonna work through the rest of the year and go early, not early, but take June 1st.
Yeah, June 1st. I'm leaving.
When does camp start up there?
I think it starts in January.
So you're gonna go about a month early and get into your dorm and kind of get ready for that.
Yeah. I have to. We have a whole everything's gonna be separate. Like, we're not even gonna be in our regular dorms. We're gonna be in dorms on the football field, like right behind.
Okay. Hey, have you met any of the guys that you kind of got recruited with that are going there as well?
Yes, I have.
You have I don't know if you know this or not, but do you have your roommate already
Yes, his name is Manning. He's a linebacker for I think is Mansfield something. Mansfield. That's something Mansfield.
Okay.
So here in Texas in Mansfield.
Yeah, and then right across from us is North Crowley's quarterback Chris. And then a receiver, we call him Talu. He's from I don't know where he's from, but he's really good. He had like 1,800.
So that North Crowley quarterback's going to UNT?
Yeah, he is.
Ooh,
Wow.
They played today too. I'm excited.
I didn't know that.
We're actually might have a North Crowley kid on soon, right, Derek?
Yeah, the linebacker, the Cunningham.
The one going to Texas.
Oh,
Yes.
is that a 0 or is that 2?
Number two.
Yeah.
2. He's going to be on next Friday.
Oh, okay.
So are you? And are you just super excited about going? I mean, I know it's college, and I know, but I mean, are you just ready to get there and just kind of get started with a whole new chapter? I mean, you're not home anymore. You're not. You're out. You're out there, man.
Yeah, it's really like starting your dream because you always dream of becoming a Division I athlete.
Exactly.
You finally get to live it out. So
what was it? What was it like putting that name on that paper?
It was. It
had to be surreal, right?
It was surreal, but it was also stressful because it's like turning over a whole new leaf.
You making sure you spelled your name correctly and it was legible. Like, there wasn't no way they was going back on this. Like, I'm here. Like, y'all got me.
And not only that, I mean, you had like 10 or 11 offers, so like you had to make a lot of decisions. You had to like disappoint people, but then like make the right decision for yourself. Like,
was there anybody that you really listened to as far as the recruiting side of it, or was it just more or less your own choices? I mean, was there any outside influences, maybe Coach King or your coaches at school, parents, anything like that?
Honestly, it was probably Texas State, their defensive coordinator. Honestly, he was a really good guy. He used to always call me and tell me, go with what your heart desires and just follow what you think is best. He used to always tell me, no matter if it's going to a Booker Green school or coming here, he said, just
Booker Green.
That's funny. Was Texas State ever, was it ever a thought there for them?
It was definitely a thought at first. I used to go to that school first, go all the time, and then, but I didn't really like their linebacking coach and their the way they ran their defense. It was like just a lot of people. I went and there were like, I would say like 16 linebackers for just 2 positions, which is
wow.
Like they have so many walk-ons as well, and their defensive coordinator's like, he's like really old. And he's like really old.
So I don't know if you can see this on your screen or not, but we have a guy that asked a question. He wanted to know what was the 1 or 2 things that influenced your choice to go to UNT. I think we kind of talked about it earlier, but I don't know if he was on yet. So just kind of touch back on that for him.
The things that influenced me was just family environment, and it just made me. I was really comfortable going there. I wasn't shy at all. It just felt like a brotherhood. So. Yeah.
And I think that's kind of been the theme of everybody we talked to. Why did you pick this school? Why did you? They were just like the brotherhood, the family, the environment, the coaching staff, and that says a lot about the coaching staffs and the schools that they put off that kind of environment for you guys. Because, like I said, I mean, it's the kid we had on last night's going to Wyoming, so from Houston. So
for sure.
No, he was from
he's from Nimitz.
Oh, okay.
His name is Keelan Washam.
Yeah.
And man, that's got to be a homey feeling to go that far away, man. You want to make sure that they're solid, kind of up there with you. I mean, I know you going just 2 hours away, but man, that's still 2 hours from where you've been for 18 years. That's a big difference.
It is, definitely is.
I want to bring up UNT's football schedule for next year. Hold on a second. I did this with him. I'm just curious. Have you even looked at the schedule for next year yet?
No, but I've heard Coach Morris, the head coach, he said they're trying to move them up to the ACC in the next 2 years. And I was like,
what?
Really? Yes.
Wait. Is that breaking news on Tired Sports? We didn't know that.
What? We had no
ACC?
idea.
Maybe you might see us.
Wow.
Well, that would be right because SMU.
Yeah.
That would be.
All right, so here's their schedule. Here's UNT's schedule for next year. They got Lamar, Western Michigan, Washington State, South Alabama, Army, Charlotte, Navy, Temple, USF, UTSA, Rice, and UAB. That's their schedule for next year.
Okay. I mean, that sounds like a 12-0 schedule to me. Well, it depends on who the middle linebacker is. If it's not a kid from Longview, that sounds like an 0-12 season. If it's a kid from Longview, man, I'm thinking 25 sacks maybe next year. What are you thinking?
I'm surprised we're not playing Tulane this year. We normally play Tulane every year.
Oh, dude, they fell off. They fell off. I hope y'all do play them. They fell off. Go ahead, Dustin.
Did you hear that UNT's quarterback entered the transfer portal?
Yeah, I mean, he came from TCU to UNT just to leave.
He got nervous. That North Crowley quarterback's coming. He got nervous.
Yeah, I think that's really what it was because everybody's really excited about Chris. He's really good.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's real. I'm excited to watch him play today. He is really good, and that wide receiver they have too is really good too. I can't think of his name.
He's going to Colorado. Gibson.
Yes, he's going to Colorado. Yes, he's really good too.
So kind of something we always tell the people kind of right before we're kind of closing it up and wrapping up the interview. You know, any tickets that you get available, we can make the 2-hour drive to come watch.
Oh yeah, if you have any extra tickets outside of that family, hey, we'll come. But
I also understand the family side of it, about your family and friends and stuff. So we'll give them our tickets to come to UNT. But when y'all go to the national championship, me and Dustin need field passes to those national championships. The parents got the home game. We want the natty game. Okay, I think that's a fair trade-off.
Oh man!
But man, you got anything else, Dustin?
No, man. We appreciate you coming on, man. Taking time out of it.
Yeah, I appreciate you very much.
We're gonna keep up with you, man. And what we'll do is we might really try to make it to a game down there. It's so close to us. It's not far at all. And watch you play and like
we'd love to have you back on, man. After
your freshman year or something, if you have some free time, we'd like to have you back on and kind of talk to us about how your freshman year went and see how things went for you.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all so much.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Hey, good luck and enjoy the rest of your senior year, and we'll talk to you soon, man.
All right, thank you.
Later, man.
Yes, sir. Later.
Good kid.
Very, very good kid.
Yeah. We were wrong about the
completely wrong. We completely wrong. I mean, he's a great kid, man. You could tell he's ready to go down there and work.
Yeah.
He's ready to go down there and grind. And the fact that he's been told he has a chance to start, I think that's even motivating him more as a freshman.
Yeah. That's big too, man. That's
huge, man.
Stuff.
I mean, from going from that 5'7", 160 to growing or whatever he was, and then grew 12,000 inches, and then now he weighs 226.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I grew 7 inches in a summer, we wouldn't be talking right now because I'd be in the league. I'd be playing basketball right now. I would be playing right now.
I know it's probably not a first. I know that's not a first for someone, but to actually someone tell me they grew 7 inches, like I think my nephew did something like that. He was like 6'2", and then like he's like 6'8" now. Like obviously he's out of high school now, but he played high school basketball. But like that's insane. He's huge, and like it's just crazy how like I had growth spurts, but I didn't have a 7-inch growth spurt over a summer.
Yeah. If I had to guess, come next year, he's going to be about 6'3", 6'3 and a half, probably about 230, 233.
35? Yes, around that. Yeah,
I hope he starts, dude. I hope he starts.
Man, it seems
I'm emailing, just like I said last night with Keelan, I'm emailing the coach right now. Be like, hey, he's starting, bro. It's just starting linebacker.
Brendan needs to start.
Yeah.
And the kid has a great head on his shoulders.
Oh man, yes he does.
He had a lot of offers, and that was a tough decision, man. I mean, can you imagine having 11 offers and you have to choose one?
I couldn't imagine having 2 offers and then choosing one.
I couldn't imagine having one, choosing that one.
Yeah, for sure. I'd be nervous signing that paper, man. I'd be nervous. When I spell my name wrong, everything else.
I already write really bad as it is. I would be signing so slow to make sure it's very legible. I spell my name right.
Exactly.
I'm probably even putting my middle name in there to secure like that's
Just in
my
case
middle
there's
name.
no Dustin Davis elsewhere.
Yeah, just in case, man. I mean, that's awesome, man. I mean, I'm glad he came on, man. He's such, like I said, such a great kid. You could tell he was raised right.
Yeah.
Parents, he it didn't seem like he was pushed too hard or nothing. He was just grinded out. I mean,
That's another thing that I've kind of makes me sound old, but like you can tell these kids are raised right, man. Like the parents are doing great jobs because how well spoken they are on here, how polite they are, and even the kids that I'm messaging, it's always yes sir,
very
And
respectful.
I'm like, man, I'm not.
It makes me feel old. It makes me feel old.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could just tell like there are kids nowadays that aren't like that. They aren't raised like that.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people like that you can open a door for someone and you're out in Longview, Texas, and they don't say thank you. They just keep walking.
Yep.
But these kids would be the kids to be like, hey, thank you, or they would be the ones to open the door. That just tells you they were raised right.
Yeah.
And it's hard to find kids that are raised right and not cocky and not like, hey, I'm the one going to college and like all that stuff and act this way. I'm not saying there aren't. Everybody we've had on here has been so respectful. They yes sir. Very polite, genuine, and you can tell they're all raised right, man. And we need that in sports.
But for all we know, the parents are right behind the screen with the belt in their hand, like you better act right.
Yeah, they're like,
act right. Don't make me turn that phone off.
Yeah, don't make me do what I could do.
Yeah.
And that's awesome, man. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's so awesome having these kids on, and not only that. They actually get up on a Saturday morning to join us for 30, 40 minutes, and that's huge for us, and we really appreciate that, and their parents, and for them staying in contact with you or me, whoever they're getting in contact with. Most of the time it's you, and just, man, it's awesome, man. Great kid, man. I'm excited to watch him next year. I'm excited to see what happens with him and next year, and I hope he really does get the chance to start and play his freshman year, because that'd be huge for him.
Yep. So today's a big day. Today is a massive day. Got 3 games. We won't go just way too far off into it, but SMU Penn State. I told you off stream.
All right,
I'm flipping it. I'm going SMU because I don't believe in Franklin. I don't believe in Franklin. And I don't remember who said it in one of the chats, but I really think if it gets out of hand early, the crowd could turn. They were talking about the Ohio State-Tennessee game, and I think that is a very much possibility over there. I think the Ohio State-Tennessee game could get out of hand quick, and it could get really bad because Day is fighting for his job.
Oh, yeah, he is. He's fighting for his job.
I mean,
he knows he is.
Look what happened with Florida. Everybody was calling for Napier's head. The school came out and said, "Hey, we got you next year."
And he turned it around completely.
Will they win 5 out of the last 6 and beat 3 ranked teams?
And they beat who'd they beat? Did they beat Ole Miss?
Ole Miss, LSU?
LSU. Yeah, I mean, and we called those games.
Yes,
we called those wins, and it's because and that's kind of like the whole Kansas thing. Like nothing happened like that with Kansas, but they beat Iowa State. Or they almost beat Kansas State. And we're like, oh, okay, maybe this is the Kansas State we wanted, or the Kansas team. Then they beat Iowa State. Then they beat Colorado. And then, like you have on the other side, you have Florida doing the same thing. And, Ryan Day and Franklin, if they do not make it all the way, I expect those positions to be open and new head coach vacancies at those schools.
If Franklin loses today, I think he's done. I'm not sure if Franklin has to make it all the way, but if he loses today, I think it'll be a firing.
Well, I think he has to show that he can win a big game. If he cannot show he can win a big game, he's fired. And today is a big game. I don't care about the 11-6 seed. They're both 11-2. SMU proved they can play with. They almost came back and beat Clemson. They tied the game up. Clemson wins on a 56-yard field goal to end the game. I mean, so like. I think I will say this. I think SMU is going to play better than Indiana did yesterday. I will say
Oh,
that.
yes. Yeah.
I think Indiana played terrible yesterday. So, but with that being said, I just don't know. I don't know if
I don't know if Josh is watching or not, but if you are, Josh, I'm sorry. I got SMU by 10.
I don't know if I'm going to stick with Penn State just because of the defense and that running game. And I don't know much about SMU. I don't. Like, I know Jennings is phenomenal. I know that because I watched him play in high school and what he's done this year as a freshman. So, like, I know he's great. I just want to see how I could change my mind after the first quarter, but as of right now, I'm sticking with Penn State.
You're like, when there's zeros on the clock in the fourth quarter, I might change my mind, depending on the
score. but I mean, and I'm not basing that off of 11 and 6 seed. I'm just basing off of what Penn State, who they've played versus.
Seen. Yeah.
Yes, what we've seen. Like, I'm picking Penn State. Now, I do think it's going to be a closer game than what people think. If it does either way, I think it will be. But I'll take Penn State by 7. I'm not going to give them a big win because I think SMU is better than what people think they are.
And another thing that you bring up the 11 and 2. We have to realize that they were 11 and 1. They both lost in their championship game. That's where that other loss came from. It's not like they were 11 and 2 and just barely made it in.
No. They made. I mean, I think they were both destined to make it in. I honestly thought there was a chance SMU didn't make it in if they lost, but the committee thought otherwise.
Because I mean, theoretically, if we really want to get petty and look down at this, if you take SMU and make them independent, if you take Penn State, make them independent, if you take Texas and make them independent, they have the same record as Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But these guys play
right.
that extra game, and so that makes the record look bad, but it's not. I mean, it's like I said. But
you're right.
on to the Clemson and Texas. Man, I think this is the best game of the day.
Really? You think so?
I think it's the best game of the day, and I think Texas wins by 3.
Okay.
I think Clemson has a chance to win it, and they don't.
Listen, this is a rematch. People don't understand what this rematch is. It's not about college. It's about high school.
It's about high school.
Cade and Quinn Ewers played each other in a state game their senior season, and Cade beat him out. And he did. He won. Listen, I'm going to stick to it, man. Texas's defense is insane. Clemson hasn't seen a defense like this. What worries me about Texas is the offense. I've said that for, 6 weeks now? It's the offense. It's the offense. It's not the defense. I'm not worried about the defense. The defense is going to play. I want to see something from Texas in this game. I need to see that they can play with the big dogs and win. Because I get the whole Georgia thing. The first game we played better against them in the second game. I thought Quinn Ewers had a great game the second game, minus he had 2 interceptions, but one of them was his fault. The other one, the receiver dropped it, whatever. But the Texas, for them to really win this game, I think they should, Quinn Ewers can't turn the ball over, and we've got to establish a run game. Because against Georgia, both times we couldn't run the ball really.
Right.
We put up almost 200 on A&M, and then we put up 70 or 60 something against Georgia. And I understand that's 2 completely different defenses, but for Texas to be able to win the big games and to to win this game comfortably, they've got to be able to run the ball. I mean, honestly, I know this is crazy, but I'm taking Texas by 3 touchdowns. I'm serious. I think they're going to blow them out.
Whoa.
Yeah. I'm being serious.
So let me ask you this: do you think there's any distraction with the whole Quinn Ewers $4 million offer from another school? Do you think that is he really locked in? Because if he's not locked in and he comes out with 2 straight interceptions, do they pull it? Do they say?
So I was gonna say something about that. If Quinn Ewers isn't locked in, I'm telling you what's gonna happen. I think, because we know what's going to happen next year. We know who the guy is next year. There's no question Quinn can do what he wants to do next year, but Arch Manning's the guy next year. We know that. Yeah. Everybody in the nation knows that this is Arch Manning's team next year. If Quinn comes out and craps the bag in the first half, you will see Arch Manning the rest of the playoffs. No more Quinn. He's going to go to the bench. This would be his second time to be benched. If Quinn Ewers does not play good, Sarkisian will pull him. He's going to pull him, and he's going to put Arch in, and Arch is going to win. Arch is going to be Arch.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, like at this point, you have nothing to lose. You're not playing the SEC schedule. You're in the playoffs. And if Arch gives them the best chance to win the game, if Quinn isn't playing good, you have to put Arch in. There is no question. You have to put Arch in. You have to.
I agree.
But Texas has to the offense has to come to play. If they don't come to play, they will probably lose the game because the defense can. It doesn't matter how you can have the best defense in college football, and I think Texas has one of them. But you can only stop somebody so many times. This isn't Texas versus UTEP. It's Clemson and Dabo Swinney and Cade Klubnik. Like this and Mafia. Like this is a team that can beat them if they don't play well.
This is a national championship winning coach that's coming in Texas.
Oh yeah, of course he is. Like I have them picked by 21, and it's nothing to do against Clemson. Like they're a great team. It's just what Texas should be in and should be. They should win this game by 3 touchdowns. Like they should.
Do you think Texas has the best defense in the college football?
I really do. Right there, they're right there with Georgia and Georgia, in my opinion. They really are. Their defense is good. But like I said, your defense can only make so many stops.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to get wore out. If your offense is 4 and out, is doing nothing but 4 and outs all game, your defense will get wore down. You only have so many backups in college.
Yeah.
So,
if Clemson gets by Texas, could they make a run to the Natty?
I
know you don't have Texas going to the national championship, but
I don't. I don't have Texas, and that's because I don't try. Like the only way I would change my Texas pick, then possibly going, is if I see something from the offense within these first few games that would convince me they could beat Oregon. Because with Oregon, you're going to have to score. Look how many points they've scored all year. Look at how much they scored against Penn State. Look how much they scored against Ohio State. Like you have to score against Oregon. They're going to score the ball. Yeah. So if you can have the best defense in college football, but if you can't score the ball, it doesn't matter because eventually that defense is going to get wore out. And that's what worries me about Texas. Like they have the offensive line, they have the running back, they have the receivers. I'm sorry, but it's Quinn, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if everything that's happened this year, but I just don't trust Quinn, man. I don't. Now, I hope to be able to put that trust in him going forward over the next few games because they should make it to play Oregon. Like that should be them. It's on Quinn. It's not on the defense. It's not on Sarkisian. It's on the kicker too. Brett Auburn, you got to make a dang field goal, man. You were supposed to be one of the best kickers in college football, and you've played terrible the last 2 or 3 games. You've got to be able to you got to kick the ball, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like you say, you have to take all the points. I know I've gone on a rant here, but like I feel like
you have to take the point.
You have to, and you can't miss a 35-yard field goal when you've made 50 more than enough field goals in the past. Like if you're hurt, that's whatever. But like, I don't know, man. You got to make the field goals. You got to take the points, and your offense has got to produce. We can't like when we play Georgia. All them times they went in the red zone and didn't put no points up. I mean, you can't do that. You can't do that against Clemson. You just can't. You're going to lose. But again, I think Texas should win this by 3 touchdowns. They should. If we see the Texas before the first Georgia loss, they will win by 3 touchdowns. But if we see the team that we've been seeing, could be a close game or they could lose.
Yeah. I 100% agree with everything you just said.
And Tennessee is going to mess up Ohio State. That's all I have to say about that. Ohio State has no chance.
I think they're routing them.
Oh yeah, they're routing him, and Ryan Day's going to be fired. He doesn't even make it to the podium to do his press conference at the end of the year. He's done. They're going to fire him on the spot.
I think that's why they're going to route him because there is so much weight on Ryan Day right now.
You think about it, it's his job. It's his job. The Michigan loss is still hanging over their head. It still gets talked about. It's still getting talked about a couple weeks later. Like Ohio State is as good in the talent as they have. They have Junkins. They
should have won 2 or 3 national championships in the last 6 years.
Oh yeah, they
talent-wise, on paper.
Oh, on paper, yeah. I mean, you had almost the best running back coming to your team from Ole Miss.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. I'm going to give you 5 players, and I want you to tell me how many times they beat Michigan.
Oh God.
Marvin Harrison Jr., Jackson Smith-Jigba. What's the quarterback for Justin Fields? How many times have just them 3 beat Michigan?
Probably 0.
1.
Oh.
between the three of them.
Yeah.
Between the three of them.
And
they were all on one team.
Mm-hmm.
How?
I figured.
And then Wilson, the receiver for the Jets, he was on the team. What are we doing? That's probably the greatest receiving room outside of the 2020 Bama. That's probably the greatest receiving room I've ever seen in college.
Ohio State cannot beat Michigan, and I don't understand why. They were Michigan was dog doo-doo this year.
They were 14-point favorites, Michigan, or 18-point favorites, something like that. It was massive.
Dude, listen. Like, that's why everyone, I've been hearing people say if Texas, Ohio State play, Ohio State would murder Texas. What? Texas took care of Michigan. I don't care what part of the season was. Like, Ohio State can't beat nobody. Ohio State can't beat SEC teams. Hell, they can't beat the Big Ten teams.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest. They can't. Like Ryan Day, this is it for him. If he cannot bring a championship, he's done. And rightfully so, he should be. Go get your boy Urban Meyer, bring him back, let him win it because he shows that he can, and let Ryan Day move on.
I'm gonna tell you why that they think Ohio State is so good. Because they lost by 1 point to Oregon. They lost by 1 point to Oregon. Then the next week they struggled against Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Then they
beat Nebraska 21-17, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Then the very next week they beat Penn State 20-13.
And Penn State should have won that game. Again, coaching lost Penn State that game.
Then they blow out Purdue. They blow out Northwestern. They blow out Indiana. Then you lose to Michigan. You don't even score. You scored 10 points against Michigan. 10 against a horrible Michigan team.
And Michigan's terrible. And actually, Michigan's going to be better next year. I believe that. Michigan will be better.
I agree.
Michigan will be better. And hey, I'm going to call it right now. Michigan beats Ohio State again next year.
I don't know. Be a different coach. It's going to be a different coach.
It doesn't matter what coach you put on. I mean, Ohio State just does not play well against Michigan, and I can't for the life of me figure it out. I don't know why. They cannot. Whether Michigan is 1-9 or 10-1, Ohio State still finds a way to lose to them almost every year.
It's just like the Texas OU, man. It's just like
I know it's like a rivalry game. Like
yeah.
I kind of get that, but it's just like this year that was their game to not lose.
Oh yeah,
it was their game to not lose. Like the Oregon one's not surprising, and it was only 1 point loss, right? So like whatever, but they should have never lost to Michigan. They should have blew Michigan out.
Yeah, I agree.
They really should have. I mean, like Ohio State is way better than that, and like. All I got to say is I hope that quarterback, Will Howard, decides to somewhat play today because if he comes out playing like he has tendencies to do, I'm telling you, this game is going to get ugly. And by the way, it's going to be 28 degrees, so it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. I think Texas has the best weather out of everyone. They have 63 in Austin, in Penn State.
They were blowing snow off the field this morning.
It's 27 degrees.
They were blowing snow off the field in Pennsylvania.
Hey, I have one more thing. I know you got to go.
No, you're
good.
The
FCS championship semifinals are today. You got South Dakota, North Dakota State. Who's winning?
North Dakota State.
Okay, and then
the
other.
Wait, is that the Bison?
Yeah, that's the Bisons. That's where Carson Wentz went to.
Yeah, South Dakota State.
And then, dude, I just want to say something about South Dakota. There's 3 Dakota teams playing. And then on the other side of the bracket in the semifinals, you got South Dakota, not South Dakota State, but South Dakota and Montana State. South Dakota is 11-2. Montana State is 14-0. Who do you got winning?
Give me the Dakota.
Dakotas.
What's
up, man? What's up with these Dakota teams, man? Like they are, I don't know, man. They're always good. North Dakota, South Dakota is always.
Ain't nothing to do up there but play football, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. No, nothing to do but play football in freezing weather.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's those are at 11, which ain't nobody gonna watch that game because SMU, and then the other one's at 2:30. But they were both on ABC and ESPN. So
yeah.
Oh, by the way, the games today are the first two: Texas, Clemson, SMU, Penn State. They're on TNT and Max.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's up with that. I've never seen football games on TNT. That's a first.
I think it's because the NFL stuff.
The NFL and the other college games, the semifinals for the FCS. So I'm assuming that's probably why. But I do. Let's see. Ohio won the other yesterday, by the way. Ohio beat Jackson State.
We called that one.
Florida won 33-8.
Called that one.
And then the Sam Houston game, the day before, we talked about that. Jalen Jimerson had an incredible game for Sam Houston. I've reached out to him. That's a great kid, man. I watched him play in high school too at Pittsburgh. He played at Liberty too. That's where he started. That was Liberty.
Yes.
And so I'm excited. I'm hoping I can get a hold of him. And maybe have him on the show. I'm not sure if he would, but he's really good friends with Trey. Remember Trey we had on? He's really good friends with him, man. They're really good friends. So I'm hoping to get.
We need to get Trey back on. That's what it's
like being a Saint. I've reached out to him. I know it's probably been crazy for him because he got signed. I know he's probably been super busy, but I have reached out to him. Hope maybe after the season dies down a little bit for him, he'll reach back out. But he is on the Saints, man. I'm so happy for him, man. That dude has been through it. He's been working hard, and I'm glad he signed somewhere.
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, it's kind of close to home, not too far, but I mean, well, it's far enough. But
it's far enough. I don't know if I'm going to New Orleans. If they play in Dallas, I might go.
I've drove to New Orleans, and it's a boring drive. It's not a fun drive. It's like driving to Florida, but it's not as far. A very boring drive. Well, man, I know you got to get going. It's 10 o'clock. Great show, man. Again, Brendan and his family, his mom, and who you've been in contact with, thank y'all so much for letting him come on and hang out with us and talk with us. We appreciate it so much.
Real quick, today's the last day.
Yeah, hold on.
Yep, I got you. Today's the last day, theoretically, to get in for the you got to take your background off.
Yeah, let me take my background off.
There we go. Rocket Ismail signed Notre Dame jersey. Giving this away tomorrow night. Make sure I'm going to make another post about it here in a little bit. We're going to cut it off at noon tomorrow. Go in, like the post, make sure you're following us, comment giveaway on the picture, and that'll get you signed up. And then, like I said, tomorrow night, right when we kick the show off, we'll do the giveaway and be a Christmas gift for somebody, whether you or somebody you know that likes Notre Dame.
Everybody, please be there tomorrow if you can. Tomorrow night, we'll probably do the giveaway. Derek, let's say midway through. Let's not do it at the end of the beginning, kind of like midway-ish. Maybe.
Yeah, right. We'll do the interview, and then after the interview,
we'll do the giveaway. So about 30, 45 minutes into it, probably about 30 minutes into it or so, we'll do the giveaway. So everyone, please be there tomorrow for that. Again, if you have it, if you're following us, go find one of the posts that Derek's been posting on our Facebook pages and like comment giveaway on that, and your name will be entered, and we'll be revealing the winner live tomorrow. And if you're local, I'll get it out to you myself, and if you're out of state, we'll ship it to you, and it'd be a present for you for Christmas. It's a gift from it's a gift from Cecil to us to you. Cecil gave it to us.
For doing that.
Yeah, that's huge. We didn't ask for that. Cecil willingly gave us that because his wife said it's time to give some stuff up.
Yeah, so, clean the man cave up a little bit.
Yeah, clean the man cave. You know what's funny is I was talking to my wife about this the other day. I was telling her about she's like, "Where'd you get that jersey from?" Blah blah blah. And I was like,
she thought you bought it. She thought you were spending money.
No, she knew I didn't buy that. If I were to do something crazy like that, I'd tell her and still do it, whether she said yes or no. But I was telling her about it, or she asked me, she's like, "What is this?" It was in the mailbox. And I was like, honestly, I don't know. I didn't recognize it at first. I didn't look at the name, and she opened it. She's like, "It's a jersey." I was like, "Oh, crap. Cool." I was like, "Yes, that jersey someone gave to us." And she's like, "What's it for?" I was like, "Well, this guy that watches our show from Florida, he's a really big fan of ours. He watches us all the time." And I was like, he told us that his wife said he had to clean out his man cave. And she said, "Well, you would never do that." I said, "Yep, you're right." So don't ask me. None of any of my stuff that's signed, it ain't going nowhere. I don't care if I was like, it's going to the grave. It's going in my casket with me when I go. So
there you go.
So yeah, man, that's awesome. I'm excited about that. We'll do that tomorrow. We have another guest tomorrow, right?
Yes, we do. The DeSoto running back. He's the number 1 running back in the state of Texas, and he's the number 15 running back in the nation. And he's an Aggie commit, so I am super pumped about that.
Yeah. Derek ain't gonna sleep tonight.
No,
so.
I'm. If everything
his
works
name
out,
DeAndre Tiger. DeAndre Riggin. Yeah. That's gonna be fun, man. I know you're super stoked about that.
I am, and then a couple reasons. One, it's an Aggie commit, but two, we're having an Aggie commit on before we're having a Longhorn commit on, and that makes me happy. That makes me happy.
Hey, mine's not far away.
No, yours is at the end of the week. So
yeah, mine's at the end of
the
the
same week, I guess. But
Yeah,
but
yeah,
mine
it's the
was
same
first,
week.
so that's all that matters.
I think it's because my team is playing for state, so
Well,
that team is playing for state. So
yeah.
sorry, but
Yeah.
hey, he's playing for state today, so he couldn't come on. No, I'm just messing. DeSoto, well, they should have been there, but he didn't play that. He didn't play
He
that
got
game.
hurt. He got hurt.
That's right.
He got hurt against Longview.
That's right.
So
Well, man. Well, everybody, again, follow us on our socials as always. We're on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok,
you name it.
X. We're on it.
And we're verified now. We are
verified
on
X now. Go like and follow our Spotify pages. If you do a lot of driving, you're a big commuter. We're on Spotify, so if you miss our shows, check it out on there. And we will see y'all tomorrow at 7.
Yep.
And
watch the games today.
What we're going watch the games. We're gonna talk about those games tomorrow. There's 3 of them, I guess. Yeah, 3 of them. We'll talk about those games
as well.
We have some NFL games we'll talk about, and then we'll have our giveaway, and then we'll have our guest on, and then we'll just rock and roll. And and we appreciate y'all being here and joining us on Saturday morning. And we will see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central Time.
All right, man. Later, buddy.